A very good morning, children. We are starting with the new chapter in microeconomics, foreign exchange rate. Now, foreign exchange is nothing but forex, okay? The foreign money, and the foreign exchange rate is the rate at which domestic currency can be exchanged for a foreign currency is known as foreign exchange rate, okay? So the rate at which you're going to change your currency with the foreign currency, that is your exchange rate, okay? So according to 15th November 2020, $1 is, it's no more 50. $1 is 74.54 rupees. So if you are exchanging $1, we are going to get 74.54 rupees. So this is the exchange rate of dollar in rupees. Fine. Now coming to the flexible and fixed exchange rate. If you talk about the exchange rates, they are divided into two categories. First is flexible. The second is fixed. Now what is flexible rate of exchange? Now flexible rate of exchange is that rate which is determined by the supply demand forces in the foreign exchange market. It is also called free exchange rate as it is determined by the free play of supply and demand forces in the international money market. So the exchange rate at which demand for foreign currency is equal to its supply is called par rate of exchange or equilibrium rate of exchange, where demand and supply, they are equal. That becomes the equilibrium rate of exchange. That will come in the next section. So flexible is where the demand, where the supply and demand forces decide, okay? Now, how do we determine flexible rate of exchange? Now, demand for foreign currency, other things remaining constant, demand for foreign exchange is inversely related to price of foreign exchange. We know that demand and price, they are inversely related. We have studied this in microeconomics also. So, even when it comes to foreign exchange, children, the demand and price are inversely related. Okay. Now, thus, higher rate of foreign exchange, lower the demand for foreign exchange and vice versa. Now, if you're going to see this particular diagram, children, you can see that the rate of foreign exchange is on y-axis and the demand is on x-axis. So, you can see that when the demand of foreign exchange is OR1, when the rate of foreign exchange is OR1, the demand for foreign exchange is ON, okay, it's higher. And when the rate of foreign exchange is increasing from OR1 to OR2, the demand for foreign exchange is falling from ON to OM. Okay, so you can see when $1 is equal to 50 rupees, the demand is big, and when $1 is equal to 70 rupees, you can say the demand is coming down. Okay, so you can see here shows that higher exchange rate lowers the demand for foreign exchange. Okay, so if the rate of exchange is big, nobody is going to demand for foreign exchange. So when the demand is when the rate is OR1, the demand is ON, and when the rate is going up from OR1 to OR2, the demand is falling from ON to OM. Okay, you can take this vice versa also. If the demand is OR2, if the rate is OR2, it's OM, and if the rate is falling, then it is increasing. Okay, you can write it either way. So this is the demand for foreign exchange. Okay, now coming to supply of foreign exchange, we know that they are positively related. Supply and price are always positively related. If the price increases, the supply also increases. Other things remaining constant, supply of foreign exchange is positively related to the rate of foreign exchange. Thus, higher the rate of foreign exchange, higher the supply of foreign exchange, and vice versa. Now, as you can see here, this is the supply curve. And when the demand for foreign exchange is OR1, the supply is OM. And when the demand for foreign exchange, and when the rate of when the rate of foreign exchange is increasing from OR1 to OR2, then the supply is also increasing from OM to ON. Okay, so as you can see, children, when the rate is increasing from OR1 to OR2, naturally, now I always tell you that when you study supply, you have to think that you are the producer. Okay, so if the rate is good in the market of foreign exchange, you're going to supply more foreign exchange in the market, right? So when the rate is increasing from OR1 to OR2, naturally, the supply of foreign exchange will also increase. So this particular rate increasing, this is how you are increasing the supply in the foreign exchange from OM to ON. Okay, so this is the supply. So as you can see here, this particular figure shows that higher rate higher exchange rate, greater the supply of foreign exchange. Okay, so this is related to demand and supply of foreign exchange. Now coming to equilibrium rate of exchange or par rate of exchange, something which we referred here. Now children, you know that when supply and demand, the curve intersect, this particular point we used to call it as equilibrium price, right? The same goes for foreign exchange. Equilibrium rate of exchange or par rate of exchange occurs when supply of foreign exchange is equal to demand for foreign exchange, the point where they are going to intersect. Diagrammatically, equilibrium rate of exchange corresponds to the point where supply and demand curve in the foreign exchange market intersect each other. Okay, so as you can see from the diagram here, this is the demand curve, this is the supply curve, this is supposed to be the point of equilibrium. Okay, so this is called the equilibrium rate of exchange, the point E. Okay, so let's see the analysis of this particular diagram. Okay, supply and demand are measured on x-axis and exchange rate on the y-axis. Demand for foreign currency is DF is the demand curve and SF is the supply curve of foreign currency. Both this curve intersect at point E, as we just saw. It is an equilibrium point, and OR is the equilibrium rate of exchange. So equilibrium rate of exchange is OR and equilibrium demand is OQ. Okay. Yeah. If the rate of exchange rises to OR1, then the supply of foreign currency ON will exceed its demand OM by an amount equivalent to MN. Okay, now as you can see here, if the rate of exchange rises to OR1, if it is increasing from OR to OR1, then what is happening? Then supply of foreign exchange will exceed its demand by an amount equivalent to MN. Okay, so as you can see here, when the rate is increasing from OR to OR1, okay, this is the supply curve. So the supply is going to increase. Okay, so this was supposed to be the equilibrium point. So this is the increase in supply. Okay, from OM by an equivalent amount to MN. Okay, supply being more than demand, rate of exchange, supply is more than demand. So when supply is more, okay, we don't value that particular thing, and then automatically the price is going to come down. Supply being more than demand, rate of exchange will come down to OR. Again, the rate of exchange is going to come down to OR. Okay, on the contrary, if the rate of exchange falls from to OR2, if the rate of exchange falls from OR to OR2, okay, then demand for foreign currency ON will be more than its supply by MN. Okay, so if the rate of exchange is going to fall, then this is your demand. OQ was supposed to be the demand. Okay, and then if the rate of exchange is falling, so the demand of foreign currency ON will be more than its supply by MN. Okay, so demand being more than supply rate of exchange will again rise to OR. Okay, if the demand is more and the supply is less, automatically the rate will increase. Rate of exchange will ultimately be determined at a point where demand and supply of foreign currency are equal. So if the supply is increasing, then we don't value that product automatically. From OR1 it's going to fall to OR. Again, if from OR it is falling to OR2, again the demand is going to increase because the rate is less. Automatically again the supply will the rate will go back to OR. So this is how you determine the rate in this is how the rate are determined in the equilibrium rate of exchange, that is in a free market. Okay, so please go through this, children, practice the diagrams and go through the analysis properly. Okay, this is it for this class. Thank you.